Hello everyone, this is Matthew once again, and I know I was supposed to do my review of the Batman film, so here comes another delay again, because today is, if you could tell what shirt I'm wearing, Happy Friday 13th. So yeah, today is Friday 13th, so I just figured, why not just review just a couple of Friday 13th films, mainly review part 2 and 3. Right now, I'm currently watching part 3 right now, but for right now, I just want to get my review of part 2 out of my way. So to start off with here, I know I reviewed this film before, which is on my channel, and I'll put the link below the description if you have not seen my review of Friday 13 Part 1. And it is a classic movie. I really love Friday 13. I love the look of the film, as well as its atmosphere, and the acting. It's not the greatest, but it's average at best, where the exception of Bessie Palmer and Andrew King are like the best things about this film. Love the music, and there's nothing I never mentioned in my review of Friday 13. Now, well, as much as I do love the character of Mrs. Voorhees being the villain in this film, it would have been interesting if Jason was the villain of this movie, which, of course, when 2009 came around, we had this film, and this film, they made Jason be the killer, where this one is not. So, yeah. And, of course, yes, let me get that back here. I know that the year is 2019, and it's been 10 years since this film came around, but I'll review this someday down the road if another Friday 13 pops up. So for right now, this will be another time. So, but yeah, and yeah. So if you have not seen my review of Part 1, please feel free to check it out. I really do enjoy this movie, and that's more I can say about it. So if you want to know more thoughts about the film, it's really good. But now let's get on to Part 2 and 3, which of course I got it right here, the Friday 13 8 movie collection, which my brother John helped me to get this for me at Barnes & Noble, which of course it comes with the not-so-great Friday 13 films, pretty much Part 5 and Part 8. You know I don't hate Part 5, and Part 8, I know that's really that bad. And no, this Blu-ray does not come with Jason Goes to Hell, which, thank God for that, because I hate that movie. But I'll explain why down the road. But again, if you like that film, that's fine, but not for me. It doesn't have Jason X either. It doesn't have Favorite Jason. It's just made pretty much Part 1 through 8. So, Friday 13 Part 2, which of course it's right about here. And of course you have new set of actors. You have Amy Steele, John Fernie, and you also have Steve Dash for playing Jason with the potato sack, whereas the unmasked Jason is Warren Gilliott. And you have Harry Frindio doing the score, and it's produced and directed by Steve Miner, who is the associate producer of the first Friday 13 film, so this is a chance to direct one. And, like the first one, here's how the backstory came to be. After the success of this film, Friday the 13th, there was a talk of doing a sequel, and the studios at Paramount thought they want Jason to be the killer, and Sean kind of thought it was like the stupidest idea ever. But as the series goes on, he realized how wrong he was. And of course, while Adrian King, of course, who I thought is really talented in the first Friday 13 film, and definitely one of the best things about it, there's like a stalker issue going on, and she was asked if she would like to be in the sequel, and she says that I would do anything I can, but can you make my scenes as small as possible? Which they did, and the only thing they could do was, if you have not seen the film, she gets killed in the opening. So they had to film her scenes in about like 2 days. And even though I know I haven't given you my thoughts on the movie yet, I can understand why she had to be in the movie as small as she can. But part of me kind of wish if she had a bit more screen time in the film, so that if she had no stalker issues and none of them ever happened, that maybe I would imagine if Adrian King could have carried on in the series, that she would have been this type of a female heroine to be the hero of the series, like Laurie Strode in the Halloween films. So that's just definitely one of my criticisms about the film for Part 2. And also for the look of Jason Voorhees, this is before where he gets the hockey mask. He has to wear the potato sack on his head here, which some people can find that scary, and others can find that laughable. And also the design of Jason is very similar to that 1976 horror film called The Town of Dread Sundown, which I have not seen. And while Steve Dash would perform a scene as Jason with a bag in his head, the only thing he did not film is the scene where Jason was unmasked when he crashed through the window toward the end of the film, which of course that's Warren Gilliott performing it. And like the first Friday 13 film, the film came out on April 30th, 1981, as it opened to negative reviews by critics, but was a box office success by making $21.7 million against its $1.25 million budget. And of course, no Oscars or Razzies were given to the film. So yeah, like I said, if Adrienne King did not have a stalker issue, then maybe she would not be caught in the film, would have more screen time, and she would have lived, or just leave her character alone. And also, while I do like part 2 for what it is, I will admit though, it does play so pretty safe, and here's why. When you watch the film, it pretty much plays out like the first movie. You have the title coming to the screen, it's all black, it's Friday the 13th, but of course the only day they explode is just part 2, and the credits black and the text are white. And then when the producer director's name came on, like Sean S. Cunningham, but instead of Steve Miner, and then it goes through to the screen, dissolves to white, and then we get our first scene of the small town. And then later on, of course, you do have 2 clones like Kevin Bacon and Jeannie Taylor, which of course, that's Sandra and Jeff. And of course, they get killed off, of course. And of course, you do have the characters get killed, that's the right, then we cut to the next scene, what's going on. And then you get a rain scene toward the end of the film, and then you get the climax scene, it's just like the first one. But the other difference is that, unlike the first one, where even though Betsy Palmer was having the role of a lifetime, this one, of course, for part 2, of course, Jay doesn't talk, which he doesn't, because he's like Michael Myers ripoff. It does get pretty much a bit more slapsticky, where when Jason's trying to chase it, Amy Steele's character, when she kicks him in the nuts, and of course, Jason tries to get onto the chair, and then, and where it breaks off, and then just gets, the chainsaw, get away, leave me alone, ow. So there are some moments that's come out a bit somewhat amusing. And of course, yeah, the film itself was attacked by the MPAA because of the gore. It's just too much for their taste. Which, of course, the only guilt they're able to get away with is the guy gets his face axed off, and then, of course, just goes backwards on the wheelchair there. And it still has a pretty good atmosphere to it, but again, even when I watch this film, it just kind of comes off as being a remake. And Harry Manfredini's music, it's about as good as the original. And the acting, of course, is, again, like the first one, it's fine. It's about average at best. It's this. So basically, my review for part 2 is maybe a bit similar to part 1, but it's just that I don't like this movie as much as part 1 because, again, it just feels like the first movie. But it's still an enjoyable film where it is decently well suspense. The direction is fine. The music is really good. The acting is average at best, but you wish if they would have got away to show a bit more of the kills rather than being flashed by the MPAA, and you wish Adrienne King had not have a stalker issue. So for part 2, there's not really much to say about this film except it was entertaining. So I really do enjoy part 2 for what it is. Doesn't bring anything new to the table, but it's a fun sequel, and definitely the film where we finally get to see Jason for the first time. But not as iconic look until we enter part 3. So overall, I'm going to give Friday 13 Part 2 a B. I don't like it as much as Friday 13 Part 1, but it's a solid sequel. So that's my review of Friday 13 Part 2, and let me know what you think of this video. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know. Feel free to put your comments down below, and don't forget the subscribe button. So thank you for watching, take care, and now, I'm about to watch A Third Dimension in Terror. Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D. See you later.